we have a very good week coming up with great probabilities. So real quick, I just want to do some focus analysis, and I'm going to start with the gold trade because I realize most people like trading gold. So I will remove my analysis and start afresh, show you what I was looking at and why I had those analysis. So since we're starting from a new week, let's just start our analysis based off the weekly, right? So as usual, you just need to cater for the last low, last high, such kind of things. Now, if you look at gold over here, the market had been, kind of moving sideways. Let's just mark out this level and then mark out also that level, right? So, like I said before, the market had been, kind of consolidating, moving sideways, but then we see gold kind of broke, then started creating new trends, right? So, for us to add a new trend, I think we should just start from the level where the market broke out from, and I'm talking about this zone right here. So right there we should add this also right there. So over here we see we had a first touch, second touch, so we've not seen gold giving us a third touch. So if I like that, I should clone it too, then cater for this high too, make sure everything makes sense. I think that is looking nice, right? So we see gold has hit this level, hit another touch right there. So this is what we see based on a weekly time frame. At the same time, if you like, you can have another trend right here, right there, and if you also like, again, you can try to clone it. As long as it makes sense, you go for it. So this is it. Let's see, let's try. But either way, let's go to the daily and try to understand what gold is trying to do. Now, this is what we should be having at the back of our mind: the approach, how gold is approaching certain key level. Is it giving us continuation pattern? Is it giving us reversal pattern, right? So this is it. If we have a trend passing from this level all the way to this, we should realize that, okay, gold cannot try to break out of this trend because we had a touch, a touch and try to break, and then we see gold going up. But then remember, from the weekly time frame, we've seen we had a touch, second touch, so we've not seen that third touch. So we should go to maybe lower time frame and understand what price is doing around this level right here. If we get bullish property, then we should be looking for buys, and if we see gold giving us bearish properties, we should be looking for sale. But then at the same time, you might call this a left shoulder right there ahead. Gold kind of giving us a right shoulder right there. Possibilities. Let's just hit the H4 and understand what gold is trying to do, right? Now, the first thing that you guys should realize that there was this high right there. We should mark out that level too. But then if you understand what gold is doing right now, to me this might be kind of bearish flag. You understand? I'm talking about this level right here. That might be a bearish flag. And what do we do once we see a bearish flag? Then we should be looking for some kind of selling market. So let's just have this right here and then try to clone it too, then have it around that level. So that is it. Now, if this is a bearish flag, then gold should give us a confirmation breakout of that level. Then this should be a confirmed sale. But then at the same time, remember, we still anticipate that we should be looking for anticipating gold to give us that third touch of the weekly time frame. So let me just flip this joint right here and have it right here. So if I have a trend passing from this level 1, 2 right here, then I should clone it to right here. Correct. Now, like we said before, there's that possibility that gold might try to go back, play around this level to hit that third touch of the weekly. And then if you kind of see, that's just a bigger version of a bullish flag before we see maybe gold hitting those high once again. This is what I'm talking about, right? But then let's see. Let's go to the H1. I'll need to remove this now. So this is what we see of the H1. The whole of last week gold has been, kind of moving sideways. I believe, yeah, from Monday you see gold been moving sideways. And what I did realize is that this might be also possible left shoulder, gold coming back to hit this neckline right there, then comes back to respect that right shoulder right there. Then that should be a good confirmation that we should be dropping. At the same time, you never know, next week gold might still continue playing around this level, then hit this trend line right there. If she respects, then that's when she might be dropping. But then to me, I think I should be waiting for gold. Let me just have this right here, waiting to see how gold is going to react around this, then comes back. Then I should be looking for my selling properties right there. But then if I don't see gold giving me any sign that she wants to drop, then I'm not going to take any entry, right? So this is a good one, and I think if she gives us a drop, then this should be a good amount of pips. That's around 1600 points, right? 1600, is it? No, 1600 pips, sorry. That is 16,000 points. Yeah, 16,000. This is around 16,000, almost 17,000 points, which is 1600 pips. Good. So that is what I see on gold. But then now let's talk about GBP/USD, because also most people like trading GBP/USD. So let's just hit our analysis based off the weekly, since we're starting a new week. Do I have any drawing? I don't think so. Good. So now GBP/USD, this is how she's been looking like, and of course generally this is just a downtrend right there, but then that is just on a long time perspective. So all we need to do is just concentrate on what the market is doing, right? The current market movement. So real quick, we just need to cater for some level highs and low, the last low, the last high, such kind of things. So we have maybe this level right here as a high, and of course we had this also is a low right there. So as usual, we need to add a 1 2 right there, 1 2 3 right there. If you like, you can also have another one right there. Correct. This is what we see. So real quick, let's hit the daily and try to adjust our levels, our trend lines, to make sure that we don't miss out a thing. This is it. All right, that makes sense. And of course we can maybe have this right there. So this is what we see based on the daily. We've seen, I don't know, for the past 2 months GBP/USD has been dropping, and we understand now that she was going back to retest this trend line right there, second touch. And of course we've seen GBP/USD giving us that amazing third touch. So all we need to understand is what the market is doing right there. But then at the same time, you need to understand that the market is still on a downtrend right there, because we still have this trend right there. Let's have it, clone it right here. So I think that's amazing right there. Good. Now if you look to the left side, there is also this level right here. Let's mark out that zone right here. So all we need to do, because we understand that now GBP/USD is going to give us a third touch, first touch right there, second touch, of course third touch right here, right? So once we see a bearish momentum, then we should be looking for sales back to this level where she came from. At the same time, she might continue dropping, you understand, to go back to retest this low right here. Let's just mark out this level right there. Correct. Now all we need to do, go to the H4 and understand the approach. Are we getting bearish property? Are we getting bullish property? Right? Once you get that, then react to what the market is telling you. So this is amazing. I think she's looking nice. Now if you try to look at this, basically we might just say this is kind of another bearish market. Let me just flip my joint right here. We might call this bearish. Let's just go to the H1 and understand what the market is doing. In fact, let's just have this. Just have it right there, and try to start from the immediate 1 2 right there. I hope that makes sense. Of course, you also see we have another one right here, right there. Correct. then let's have it probably around that level. Yeah, as long as it makes sense, then we go for it, guys, right? So this is it. Good. Remember, we need to understand how price is going to react around this level. So my anticipation is probably she might, go back, respect, comes back, gives us a bearish confirmation, and of course another drop. We understand, then that's when we should be looking for more sales. So this might be, a left shoulder there, head, right shoulder, so such kind of thing. So for now, we just, let me see how many pips before we hit this level. So probably that's around 48 pips, but which might not hit. But then patience, you understand, all we need to do is just stay patient, wait for the market to give us its direction, let the market tell us what she's thinking, right, before we react to it. This is it. Like we said before, first and second, and who knows. So for this GBP USD, those are the things we should be looking out for. Wait for the market. Let's just have an alert right here. Right, so at the same time, if she break out of this level right here, something like this, if she breaks out, then we anticipate this is the next target right there. We anticipate she might go back, retest, then we see maybe new trends, such kind of things, right? But for now, this is what we see. This is just a bearish confirmation or bearish continuation pattern right here. Talking about this one because this is just something like an impulse phase right there, correction. Then we understand we might continue dropping all the way down, right? So I believe, let's not get confused, those are just enough pairs. So check out my Telegram link in the description box below, and adios mi amigos, peace.